I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
Morning, y'all. Well, I'm gonna talk about this for a minute. Ain't gonna be a long live stream. Yeah, it's not gonna be a very long live stream with this. Greetings to Char Willie, Tanya, and Tanya said, "I knew you gonna hit this topic." Well, Tanya, tell you the truth, I wasn't gonna hit on this topic because when I just happened to saw this on Tree of Logic's channel. Shout out to Tree of Logic, and I'm just sitting here like, you know, how many times people gotta show you, but at the same time, let me be fair, right? I'm going to be fair because I keep seeing the same clip run over and over. I went on Twitter, I found the clip, YouTube got the clip, but I need the full um full conversation about that. But still, that was one of the nastiest things I ever heard. It's still one of the stupid, and that's why you think though I asked the question the other day when I asked the congressional candidate, will y'all investigate Google? Will y'all investigate Twitter for having podcasts like this up when it goes against the community guidelines in the terms of service? You know, that's why I said Google needs to be investigated and all that because they allowing stuff like this to continue. Now, yes, I'll put up the disclaimer up for a reason. Uh, the copyright the fair use, right? I put it up here for a reason, and I'm gonna take it down so y'all can see this for yourself. And yeah, like I said, this needs to end. Okay, a lot of this needs to stop. It needs to end. There needs to be a final chapter to all of this. So let me go ahead and play this clip. Right, let me go ahead and play this clip. And shout out to the tree of logic. Shout out to her because she was talking about this last night, but I was at work, so I didn't know this took place last week. Let me go ahead and play it real quick.
Answer whether women enjoy being raped.
That's not what I asked you.
Whether a woman has enjoyed being raped.
If there's ever been one. Do you think there's ever been one?
I'm not. No, I'm not answering.
You don't think there has been?
I don't know, and I'm not going to answer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to answer.
I'm not going
to. This is such a weird thing. This is such a weird thing
What's
to get on
wrong with answering
about.
the question?
Because I'm not going to contribute to rhetoric that tries to say that there is anything good about SA.
Who said there's anything good about it?
You just said that some women orgasm, therefore that is a good of it.
No. When you say like certain people, it's like, okay, dude, yeah, I guess you could make the case that like grape is bad for certain people.
No.
For certain people.
No, it's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people. Here, like, there's women, you agree, who have orgasmed during SA.
That has nothing to do with whether it's SA.
Bro.
That has nothing to do with whether it's SA. Are you kidding me?
Bro, I didn't.
Now, I'm going to be fair about this, right? I'm going to be fair, right? I need to know when this podcast took place and when, right? So you're going to talk about that women, because women orgasm during an assault, that means she is partaking in the act that she's this shows how stupid some of you are, right? I'm talking about some of these idiots that come online and y'all got to understand what is biology, right? When it comes to the and female anatomy, and even male anatomy, the physical obviously of men and women, right? There will be orgasm during an heinous act as SA, because just because she's orgasm does not mean he wants to take part of that. Because all thing with an orgasm is, and I'm trying to be very careful. Let me be careful in. Let me be careful in what I'm trying to say. This is. I don't want to say something that might. I hope it does not be misconstrued. The orgasm is just a natural function in order for the sexual act. I don't know how to say it, y'all. I really don't know how to say it. All I'm gonna say is, just because somebody orgasm does that mean the person enjoys being great. It's very important for people to look up it seems like a lot of these nim nogs online who don't read, who don't research. When was the last time you went to a health class or a sex ed class where they tell you about what orgasm is and what it isn't? So now, by this logic, that any woman who get attacked and assaulted just because, oh, what the hell hit me? Um, yeah, yeah, yes, you're right, right. Yeah, right. You're right. It's a physical response to the act, right? An orgasm is a physical response to the sexual act. I'm trying to be careful on how I'm going about it, right? I'm trying to be mindful because I don't want what I said to be misconstrued. So that's why I'm trying to be walk on the top. Yeah, call it an unwanted contact. Yes, deep down, I think some of them knows it, but the ego takes over. And this is one of these podcasts that started during the pandemic. But whatever podcast had this woman on, and I'm not gonna play it where she's gonna sue him about, and that's unrelated. I think it was Tim Wilson. No, not Tim Wilson. What's his name? Andrew Wilson. Was it Andrew Wilson or was it the other guy? Um, one of these two is getting sued by by women. One of the women that was on the channel. I guess there's a lawsuit, some legal issues. So that's what's going on. But oh, that's him. Okay, okay. Merlin. Yeah, okay. Merlin. Yeah, Merlin's the one getting sued. Yeah, Merlin's the one getting sued. Yeah. Um. Yeah. But yeah, I saw a little bit of that, and 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 and, and I'm going to sit here and say this: it's time for YouTube to shut all this bullshit down. Okay. How many times? Oh, good morning. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, listen, listen. I just got off from work though, Angelica. Uh, I just got off from work, so I'm tired. You know, I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Right. This is what I'm talking about. That's why I said in my interview, are y'all gonna go after Google? Are y'all gonna go after X, Twitter? Y'all gonna go after Facebook for allowing these podcasters to say all this bullshit when you know that bullshit that's being said goes against the terms of service and community guidelines, while other content creators get flagged, get demonetized, and get shadow banned and so forth. You know, and my ex friend. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me lean into my into the camera. My ex friend lost our friendship over this guy. They know each other. Him and Andrew Wilson. Whoa, whoa. Do you want to talk about that? I call him Hatfish Andrew. He called him Hatfish. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm just like, you know, when is it going to take for people to understand that these people are a threat? Okay, these people are a threat. I don't want to hear no shit about no First Amendment. And I don't want to hear no shit about Big J. You trying to police people, man? Fuck y'all. First of all, fuck you and fuck with the horse you rode on for saying that bullshit. Because this is not you. You can say any goddamn thing you want. My problem is Google had these terms of service that will punish shit like this, but then is allowed to be slide. While other people cannot make content, or they will be punished for making some content that, just because somebody is not saying something sexist or racist, their platform will not be promoted and so forth. But yet you allow trashy stuff like that goes against the terms of service and you go against the community guidelines, goes unimpeded. So yeah, let me go and play it again. Let me play this again for y'all, so everybody know what this is really about.
Didn't say whether or not it's essay. I said during essay.
What does it have to do with anything?
Well, bro, if that's the case, right, then was it bad for them?
Yes.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because there are overriding harms than just orgasm. I'm
Got
not
it.
saying that's not the case. What?
Perfect. So then here's the case then. The case is like when you say for some people, right? The reason you keep saying that is because even though it's the vast overwhelming majority of people, you want to like create this little minutia outlier. Right? Is it logically possible that there's ever been a woman who's been essayed who'd enjoyed it?
I am not going to.
Can you answer my question? Is
No.
it?
So yeah, this is kind of similar to Obsidian talking about walking over, just because black women did not give me the box, blah 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 blah. We should walk in the blood, walk over black woman's blood, or I forgot how he put it. Something about walking over black woman's body or blood, the shoe prints with blood or some old shit like that. He be saying it's similar to this, and then oh yeah. You want me to play it again? I'll play it again for you. Hold on.
Logically possible?
I'm not ascribing anything to that.
Do you think
Andrew.
there's ever been a single woman who's been essayed and has enjoyed it?
I'm not going to answer the question.
Answer the question.
I'm not going to answer the question.
But
I'm not gonna
because then I can't say some
I'm not
people.
Gonna answer. I'm not going to answer
Yeah.
whether women enjoy being great.
That's not what I
Andrew.
asked you.
Whether a woman has enjoyed being great.
If there's ever been one, do you think there's ever been one?
I'm not. No, I'm not answering.
You don't
it.
think there has been?
I don't know, and I'm not going to answer.
Yeah,
it.
exactly,
I'm not
'cause
going
you
to
know-
answer.
'cause you
I'm not
know,
gonna,
'cause
This
you
is such a
fucking
weird
know.
thing. This is such a weird thing
What's
to get
wrong with
on
answering the
about.
question?
Because I'm not.
See, that's why I said I want Congress. I want a congressional hearing. I'm gonna say this again. I want a congressional hearing. I want Angry Man. I want Obsidian. I want Fresh and Fit. I want the What Era podcast. I want Rolla Tomasi. I want them all stand up in front of the damn committee and they be asked, are y'all a hate group? And if not, explain that. That's what I want. I want this to happen in 2026. After the election, I want, why you think I'm doing interviews? I told you what I'm going to do to you niggas who's online is going to be off YouTube. I'm going to address y'all offline. I don't got to address you no more on these panels. So y'all can hide behind Sherrod, hide behind Brownsville, hide behind Bomb Cherry, hide behind, whoever, Reg the bad guy and all that. No. I want y'all in front of that congressional hearing. I want subpoenas. Because like I said, y'all are a hate group. Y'all been a hate group. And the problem is you got too many people around here who enables your bullshit. Now I don't know why I'm getting all worked up for, because I'm about to pop the fuck off. but it's the morning, and I need to go to bed, but because I got off from work last night. I meant what the fuck I said though. When I told you this back in December. Back in December, I told y'all about 2026. I meant every word I said. Y'all got to go. Tommy too. Y'all got to go. Because you got voices out here telling people because of the pandemic, right? Because of the pandemic and because of the internet, and I'm not here to hear about shutting down the internet. Let me make myself clear real quick, because we got people in here who are slow, who are dumb as fuck. Yeah, some of y'all dumb, who can't comprehend, who not cognitive. Let me help you out. You sit there because of the pandemic, and because I do not want the internet to be regulated. I don't want no R rating and PG-13. That's not what I'm talking about. If Google and Facebook can put out a community guidelines and tell everybody about said community guidelines, and then you get podcasters, if there is a rule within the community guidelines saying thou shalt not make, I'm just paraphrasing, thou shalt not sit there and make threats about grape. Now let me talk about the grape thing, because I heard an idiot by the name of Vision talk about he want to grape Sister George on Soul Provider's channel. And I'm gonna say it to you, Soul Provider, you should have canceled that shit right when he said he was gonna fuck Sister George in the ass until she shitted. Nigga, you talk about, oh, it's hard to kick him out. No, motherfucker. It's easy to kick somebody off the fucking panel. Soul Provider. Because that shit with Vision said, that was some hoe ass shit. You don't tell Sister George, oh bitch, I'm gonna fuck you in your ass and I'm gonna do this and do that to you until you shit. Do y'all want me to play that clip? And I blame Soul Provider for that. See, that's why I've been saying Soul Provider is a no good ass nigga though. I don't care what now Sister George cooked the shit out of his ass. But then after I guess this happened. I guess he came back and then he said, "Yeah, bitch, I'll fuck you in your ass and blah 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 until man you shit." And he said all this other shit. I'll grab you and I'll do this, that, and third. Now, Soul Provider, you enabled that bullshit because you think this shit's funny. That shit what Vision said to Sister George, that shit ain't funny at all. What's so fucking funny about that shit? That's why though I'm not cool with you, nigga. Because you allow shit like this though. Because you're mad at Reg, nigga. You just like Reg. You do the same shit. And then you say, well, it's so hard to kick him off the panel. No, it's not. You got StreamYards. You got StreamYard. You got Zoom. You got Riverside. You got Prism. You got what is that other website? Vimo. You got all these websites, these live stream platforms. When it says kick somebody off the panel, it's that easy. It's a click. It's a fucking click. And then you wonder why. I'm gonna say this to Soul Provider. Then you wonder why. Well, no, hold on, wait, hold on. Let me add a couple things to it. Let me add a couple things. They ain't just one thing. It's wonder why black people are not taken seriously, especially black men. Then though you can't separate. Then you want to know why I, especially myself, don't want to fuck with you. Black people are not taken seriously because we think everything's a joke. Like that's bullshit. What Vision said to George, and I'm not caping for Sister George, because I know some idiot is going to say, "Well, Big J, you're trying to have sex with Sister George." First of all, Sister George is a married woman, for one, and I ain't trying to have sex with her. Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah. I'll drop the link. Let me go ahead and drop the link for you, because I saw that shit live the other night, and I'm sitting there like, nigga, you know, like, bruh, really? You gonna say that shit? Do you see how like that shit sound? Now I bet you, Soul Provider won't hit the same link because I give him the work, you know. Now I wasn't going to make a video about that. I wasn't going to make a live stream about that live stream, because you know what me and Full Circle talked about, you know, and damn talking about Full Circle. The irony, right? The irony is the whole situation with Reg came full fucking circle, and I'll be damned. It came full circle, man. Right back to him. And he did it. Yeah. Hold on. Get Angelica back up here. All right. What's going on, Angelica?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, this is crazy. Andrew Wilson over the past year or two has consistently made more hot takes sitting on whatever podcast, and this is a guy who, for all intents and purposes, functions as a Christian man. I'll say a Christian nationalist on his own channel, where he galvanized excuse me, I just woke up not too long ago. He functions as a Christian man that galvanizes other men into kind of this Christian ethno-patriarchal fear and power, domination, and control of women. Like literally. I don't know if you've ever seen his numbers on his channel.
No, I never.
This shit is fucking crazy, Big J. It is fucking crazy. And I had a friend who's more recently become an ex-friend, and it started with me finding out about his association with him. Like, he has direct access to him. I can call him and say, hey, could you come over here, please, on this YouTube channel? And, like, for whatever reason, young men listen to people like him and they believe him. A man that wants to know, how do you feel? Or do you agree with me that sometime, like, you're a man speaking for a fucking woman's body. In what statistic fucking ever do people ask women, did you enjoy your grape? What fucking statistic is that?
Right.
And you know, the crazy thing is that the same friend that I'm telling you was an ex-friend, and I have to tell you more of the story later, like offline,
Mm-hmm.
he's over in the beef sector now. And he's attempting to galvanize other men to create their own men's panel. And I wouldn't be surprised if at some point he tries to bring him as like a random fucking pop-up.
Right.
And, you know, this shit is nasty fucking work. It is nasty work, Big J. Like, it is it is nasty fucking work. And, you know, and I went over there. I stuck my neck out. I went over into the beef sector, ingratiating myself with certain people to warn them. And half of the motherfuckers like his ass now, regardless of the shit that he's done prior. I mean, the motherfucker was on his own show the other day trying to get 2 Asian women to say the N-word on camera. And they see no fucking, like, this new version of the beef sector is fucking crazy, because if it had been the original, they probably would have done several things to him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the idea that now that I have to sit back, because I can't tell grown folks what to do, but when your new introduction into, like, the person that's newly introduced into a space is also friends with them, what do you think is going to fucking happen to y'all?
Right.
But everybody wants to be friends, and this is what I talk about, like, when I tell you that you have to watch where the fuck you go. And because where you go, that kind of information, it leaves fucking residue on people. Like, people think that they're grown and they can rise above it all the time. But it leaves traces on you. And so, boy, like, you in the wrong space to complain. You can go somewhere else. I don't have time for these fucking crucible fucking junkies. Y'all can get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Hold on. I'm not in the mood for none of that fuck shit today. Y'all can go on somewhere else. Go cry to your daddy over there. But yeah, so it's like who you're in proximity with. And regardless of what people say, right?
Right.
They'll say, "Oh no, just because my friend has a belief system, that doesn't mean that I believe in those things as well." And I think that that is true to a certain degree. However, um, at some point, people do look up and question, like, there has to be some agreement, because the actions of one person do speak for the people around him. Like, he's having this debate with this one guy, and this guy is categorically against his fucking views. Categorically against
Mm-hmm.
it. I'm not sure if this is the same clip where, I don't know, it doesn't even matter. But I mean, like, I'm just saying, I was just so fucking disappointed, Big J. I was so fucking disappointed. And, I tried to hold on to see where this shit was going with this individual that was my ex-friend. But I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to drag Hatfish Andrew into a bunch of other spaces if he could, just so
Mm-hmm.
he can, or at least attempt to, just so he can either show bragging rights. But the thing is that the women over there wouldn't know about takes like this. Because if they did, they would lose their fucking mind. Or at least some of them. I don't know if all of them would care sufficiently enough. But they wouldn't be okay with it.
All right.
And that's what I mean by people know people one way. Like, not everybody sees all these takes like this, but there are some certain people that do. And I think it's like, well, everybody's grown. They can do what they want. But if you want to do better, then you say something, right? So, I mean,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, but he's not the only one with these fuck ass takes. Like, it's a bunch of those goofy motherfuckers over there. A bunch of them.
Right. Right. I'm just,
So,
so like now, like I said though at the beginning of this live stream, I did say I want to see the entire um live stream of this because what I'm hearing all over the place sounds bad. Is like, is he actually saying this? Because I'm hoping that this is not a
don't
you
take my
know
word for anything. All you just got to do is type his name in and just listen to whatever. For whatever reason, recently, like the last year or so, these takes have gotten more insidious than what they were. When I first became aware of him, he wasn't, he, he was, I think for me, just looking at it with my female eyes, he was intolerable to me, right?
hmm
But
hmm
after that point, he's just said some off the wall fucking batshit hot takes, especially on this podcast. I don't know. Somebody's going to say, "Oh, well, it's for content," and they're going to, say things for shock value and all this other stuff. But people actually listen, and people actually. There were some stupid individuals, just like the motherfucker that came in here a second ago,
hmm
that listen to every fucking thing this fucktard says. Everything, every single thing. There was somebody else that I
Yeah.
knew that used to follow this guy, and we would be in the Discord, and he would try to explain to me, well, yeah, well, Andrew Wilson feels this way, Andrew Wilson feels that way. And I'm like, bro, like that shit doesn't function in real life.
Because
If
I'm
if
trying.
you want a woman like that, be a fucking Mormon. Go to church, find you a bitch there, but leave the rest of us alone. Right? Leave the rest
hmm
of fucking society alone.
hmm
Go ahead, I'm
but
sorry.
yeah, but I'm just trying to, cause like because I was watching Ty City's channel live stream in the whatever podcast had this woman up there. I think she dated one of these men, or when she was a guest of one of these men. She's suing them or taking them to court, and then I watch Trio Logics about a couple hours ago, and she's breaking this up. This whole women enjoying the SA comment, and I'm like, oh my god! And then I went over to Twitter, and I'm
Wait,
finding
well,
clips of women.
what did Tree have to say about this?
Uh, I didn't even finish 'cause I went all over Twitter trying to find the full video or so, but
Uh-huh.
I've all I see is people reacting to it, and I'm like, oh man, this has got to be this has got to be bad. If he's actually saying that out of because and
Because
that's why
these are
I do this
things
one.
that he may not even internally, like, consciously admit it, but these are things that he holds true. To come out of your mouth and ask somebody else, like, how do you feel about that one random woman that may have enjoyed her fucking grape? Like, bitch, when the last time did somebody fuck you? Excuse me, I'm sorry, I know it's early.
Right.
Without your permission and you enjoyed it. Tell us
Oh,
about that
no,
fucking story. You know what I'm
wait,
saying?
wait. Right, but Tree said this though on her channel. She said, "Well, if she enjoys it, it wouldn't be SA."
That is not the point about
You know,
sexual assault. It's about fucking consent. It's not about the enjoyment of it. It's
right?
about whether it was taken with if you engaged in that act with your fucking consent. not about the feeling you had. That would be like, okay, I come I come to your house, and initially I come to your house and I'm supposed to meet you for dinner or some shit, right? But then I show up
Right.
there and I'm like, "You know what? Hold on for a second." And I take you for a ride, right? I say, "Get in the car. I'm going to take you for a ride." And I take you 2 hours out of the fucking way, right? And you may have enjoyed the ride, but I never asked you if this is what you wanted to do, because the whole premise was I was coming to meet you for dinner, right?
Right. Right.
So the question is about the consent, right? Does
Mm-hmm.
somebody that experienced sexual assault, in this case, the most violent, which is grape, right? Although I have a hard time using those TikTok words. Um, it's like, who asks a victim whether they enjoy it?
Right. Right.
Nobody fucking asks that stupid ass question. Only a man would want to know that. Did she like it? Women don't go around asking other women that they know they've been violated in that way. Well, girl, did you enjoy it? That is the stupidest fucking question ever. I have
Mm-hmm.
never in my entire I don't think any sane adult has ever thought, with somebody that they cared about or that they knew, thought to ask a sexual assault victim whether they enjoyed it.
Right.
It doesn't come up. Only a goofy motherfucker like this would think to ask that as a I mean, this is the same motherfucker that struggled with an olive jar.
Yeah, I was on Twitter. Everybody talking about he couldn't open up a jar. Like what you mean? He can? I know. See, I'm not really. I knew of the whatever podcast because of Kevin Samuels. The whole Lapeef and all that shit, right?
Mm,
And
yeah,
Pearl, but I never really watched them like that.
yeah.
So but I heard all this women enjoying being great. I'm like, wait, what?
That is so
I keep hearing
stupid.
that. I'm like, what? Wait, what's going on? That's why I did this live stream. But
That is so
yeah,
stupid. It is this, and it is not in touch with real life whatsoever. You know,
hmm
it is not in touch with real life. People that I think care about the next person that they walk in this society with don't have those thoughts of, I wonder when somebody was sexually violated, whether they enjoyed it in the moment. Nobody fucking does.
right.
The last time you stuck your hand in the fire, did somebody say, well, did you like the feeling of your fucking skin sizzling? No, because this shit is a dumb question.
Right.
That is not how people in real life fucking work. They just don't.
And that's why I want Congress to have a congressional hearing about these podcasters. I'm serious on that shit. I want this to happen because it went too far. You know, Obsidian said that bullshit about 10 years ago about walking over in women's blood, and then you got this idiot talking about, do women enjoy being essayed, and then you got this other clown who told Sister George on Soul Provider channel that he'll fuck Sister George in the ass until she defecate. And I'm sitting there like, and I'm listening.
Because
I'm
it's,
listening.
these people are
And
fucking sick.
I'm
And,
just
and
like,
all of these hot takes come from men. I'm not saying that there hasn't been a woman somewhere that has said some fuck shit in regards to men. I'm pretty sure that there is. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? But
oh, oh, oh,
most of,
yeah. I can name you the women. Black
I
woman
mean,
sphere. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me
well,
shut up. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead. Let me shut up.
so
Let me shut up.
the the
I'm about
worst
to
of
go.
the worst, but these bitches don't have podcasts like this, and that's the marked difference between that. They don't have access to upward social mobility in these social spaces like goofy ass motherfuckers like Andrew Wilson. They just don't. There is a marked difference between the two.
It's one thing to be okay. I'm gonna speak as a man here who dabbles in this. it's one thing to be mad about issues about dating and how women, uh, the shit that men put through by certain women, right? And yes, you got every right to be angry about that, right? But then there's something fundamentally different when a man can get online and saying, "Oh, I will fuck you in the ass. I'll grab you, turn you around, and fuck you in the ass until you defecate." Oh, do women uh uh if women get SA, do, do they enjoy it? Or 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 I walk over the blood of black women because they won't give me any time of day. When you hear rhetoric like that over and over again, I gotta start questioning. Everybody said Big J, you simping. No, no, I'm not, because these messages is filtering into the heads of these younger guys, and then sooner or later that rhetoric is going to feed into them, and it's going to be going into, and then they can be attacking the girls their own age group, and that's why I said they need to be stopped at this point.
I just, I think that people like this are dangerous. And they're
Hmm.
they're dangerous for people who still are trying to shape their minds about how they show up in the world. You know, um, there is such a thing as freedom of speech. I don't think that it means freedom from consequence. I know if somebody was to say this shit in front of my face, we're going to have a time.
Hmm.
You're going to threaten me with a good fucking time, right?
Right.
Um, but people are allowed to share their views, but just because they're sharing their views doesn't mean that it doesn't have fucking pushback. It doesn't
Right.
mean any of that. Like, I don't understand why people are so comfortable with this idea, especially like people who are staunch supporters of individuals like this that come in and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you're saying anything about my fucking virtual daddy. Like, bitch, where the fuck do you live? Do you not think
Hmm.
that somebody's going to catch a criticism or catch smoke from somebody else because they say some shit on a platform? That's how this shit works.
Right.
And then when I see
Right.
individuals like this, and then I find out that people that I know this motherfucker directly, do you think that we're going to have a good conversation? Hell no. And then it makes me question their integrity, right? Because if you allow people like this in your social circles, virtual or not, it makes me wonder how the fuck you actually feel.
Right.
I
Right.
can't stand by I can't stand by anybody that thinks people like this are people they want to be friends with.
I'm just sitting here just like, nobody ain't saying, I mean, nobody ain't, nobody saying, whoa, bro, you might want to rephrase that. Ain't nobody sitting there patting on the shoulder saying, man, what, can, like, you please rephrase that? Ain't nobody, well, except for the guy that he's debating with, but ain't nobody else ain't telling him like, bro, what do you just said? That shit ain't right,
Because they don't
you know?
care. Because these motherfuckers low key hate women. They don't understand how much hate in their blood. I mean, the one whatever podcast, they'll pay OnlyFans girls to show up just so they can have a reason to be fucking mad. Like, those bitches show up and they're mad with their fucking existence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what that show is built for. Oh, you women, you don't give a fuck about values and shit. Like, I mean, it's a nasty piece of fucking work. And these girls show up because they're being paid to be there and to
Right.
try to share. And I mean, sometimes some of them have, decent conversations, but a lot of times it's the white panel version of Kevin Samuels. That's all that it is. But it's a bunch of them instead of one.
Yeah, it's too many of them at this point. It's too many of them. I mean, Kevin just, you know, It's like Hydra. You chop the head off, it grows two. You know, and you
But
chop
just
that
think
head off,
about it.
it comes spore and stuff like that. Yeah.
Kevin actually thought that the way to bring black couples together was to denigrate black women. That's what
Hmm.
he actually fucking thought. The key, well, that's what he wanted people to believe. I'll say that because I don't believe that bullshit. He wanted people to believe that the key to bringing black couples together was to denigrate one half of that group.
Right. Right.
Are
Like
you stupid?
they won't you know they want sexual fascism or sexual yeah, I call it sexual fascism. This whole the threat of violence to attain
Through
uh
fear.
you
Does
know
but does that resemble anything that a woman wants in a marriage? Does it
no,
represent compassion? Does it represent kindness? Does it
no.
represent the leadership qualities that you need for me to fucking follow you if that's what you actually want? No. You
Right,
disparage
right.
one half of the group that you're trying to bring together. And like
Hmm.
there were goofy bitches that think because my younger sister thought that shit was a good thing too. And her ass is still fucking single. She ain't found no man yet. None of that Kevin Samuel shit worked. Bitch still she's still single. Bless her heart. Love her to death. But um, like that's just not how the world works. The same way men want kindness from women and they want women to be their peace, bitches want peace from their man. This is not out of the fucking norm. The same way men want cooperation, women want cooperation from their man, from their husband. And this is why men get left because they think that all they should be is a fucking wallet.
And that's why I said though, men did not evolve, right? Women did. For the past 80 years, women evolve. Y'all actually evolve until the next, each generation y'all evolved. The mindset of men had not changed. Um, for good, I don't know what I don't know what I think I know what happened is just that I think women took took the advantage what was given to them or what they had fought for as well, and they just went to the stars with it, while men are still stuck in this in the whirling the swirling pool of loneliness and resentment, and not understanding, um you know not fully understanding the implications of them being stuck. I don't know. They're trying to. Their only thing is to regress back to a bygone era. You know.
Well, I mean,
Um.
all that is an indication to women that there are a lot more men out here that are just undateable. If your response to progress is to try to get everybody to go back to a time that was easier for you instead of adapting
Hmm.
for the benefit of the whole, right? I mean, because this is something that was talked about in fucking hold on, there's somebody at my door, I think. Or it could be a bee. Hold on. um Must have been a bee. Um but even in I can't think of the Greek's name, but whatever those Grecian
Sci-
meditations, I don't know if it was Marcus Aurelius, can't remember which one it was. But I remember I read them in college. It was um part of some like selective reading. Um and but he specifically talks about purpose and how purpose is attached to the community, right? Like how
mhm.
how important it is to fulfill one's purpose, right? Because like fulfilling one's purpose is for the betterment of the community. So I'm just taking that one small piece, right? And just kind of sort of not in full context, but also saying that, okay, so the community overall is saying that men need to meet women, right?
Hmm.
The way to respond to that is not with regression. It is not with legislation that seemingly from the face of it looks like it's trying to pull everyone back down to the bottom of the barrel in time and saying this is where we want to stay, right? Because
Right.
there's no real point in history that was the best for everybody. Somebody in history, doesn't matter what point you look at, somebody was catching hell, whether it be women, whether it be people of color, whether it be Asians, whether it be Arabs. You point to a point in history, somebody was catching fucking hell,
Right.
somebody somewhere on this planet. So the idea that at one moment in time that it was best for especially men because it was more suitable to what they wanted means that you're also in your mind negotiating the second class citizenship of women.
Hmm.
You've
Right.
made that decision in your mind.
And there is a YouTuber by name of Buckley. What's the name? He does the music, the worst 10 musics of the year type thing. Um, he was talking about the manosphere the other day, and he was talking about loneliness. The problem is that we need to destigmatize. He brought this up on his video, even though the video was very, he was bashing the shit out of the manosphere and the red pill community and those, you know, the MGTOW people. And but at the video he said something that need to be talked about. We need to. I think the solution, part of the solution, I should say, is destigmatize loneliness. Uh, and people should be okay with being alone. And I think men are, we're told, oh, you're not a man until like you get a woman. You know,
That's not the pinnacle of a man's existence, though. And this is my problem with all
right.
this. And also, I just want to say to May, because I was reading her comments when you were talking. So I get what she's saying, and I think that it is a good point. I just don't think that the only ones that bash women are just like undercover gay men. I just do not think that.
No,
I think that
no.
there are a lot of men that are heterosexual men that look at women as a fucking vessel. That is it.
Right, right. It's not.
They
It's
do not
not. It's not.
understand women being self autonomous, body autonomous individuals that have life's experiences and fucking feelings. They just view women as a means to a fucking end. And back to Big J's point, if the pinnacle of your existence is partnering up with a woman, you are doing yourself a disservice as a fucking man. All of this shit begins and ends with men acquiring fucking women. And I do not
Right.
understand the fuck why. Like, you guys are so much more motivated by wanting to fuck on women than like I can understand as a woman, right? I honestly I am not a I don't I don't get it. I do not get it. I've talked to plenty of men. I've sat on plenty of fucking panels. I've asked questions. Um and I don't understand why men don't take the time to figure out who the fuck they are. What the fuck do I like? What do I enjoy? When somebody says, "Tell me about yourself," without telling me about your work, your parents, what street you grew up in, what city you live in, men, I mean, a lot of people at this point are fucking clueless about what to say. They're fucking clueless because they don't know what they like. They know that they like to fuck, but they have nothing else after that. And my only thing is, like, if I could encourage men, figure the fuck out who you are. Tell me about some shit that you enjoy when nobody else is around. Tell me about, what the fuck makes you smile? And I don't get any of this shit from all I hear is about how men want to fuck women and marry women and get bitches pregnant, but none of it is about who the fuck men are. Who the fuck are you? And this is why these same dudes get out into the world and they try to meet women and they end up fucking single. Because there is no substance underneath all of this fuck shit.
Right.
And you can't engage women and say, well, why the fuck don't you still want to fuck me? Like, bitch, that's not me, it's you. It's you. You can't show up and be like, bitch, what do you bring to the table? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right. Hold on. Here's B Jess's lieutenant. Well, I'll tell you what, AB. Tell that to Edward Anderson. All right. You talking about it sounds like a personal problem. How about you tell that to Edward Anderson? It seems like, and none of y'all tell Edward when Edward was ranting about black women and he ran to a ditch. You out? Let me stop sharing the footage. How come y'all ain't trying to solve his personal problem? AB. I'll wait. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead, Angelica. Go ahead, Angelica.
All that I'm saying is that
he ain't gonna answer that question because he's carrying water. He's carrying water for BGS. Go ahead.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Men will work hard for other men. They don't put in the same energy into themselves and figuring out what they need individually in order to date and thrive successfully with women. And that is not women's fault that men can't meet that measure. It's not. I don't burden myself with the idea of why some random motherfucker that I've never met before can't date women. That never crosses my fucking mind, like in real time. But when I listen to these things, it's like I need, like when I listen to men talk about these things, it's like I need to be concerned with it. It has nothing to do with the majority of just society.
Okay. Now I'm about to roast this motherfucker. Let me tell you something, nigga. If you going to sit there and say that, right? Oh, yeah, he's a grown man. Well, nigga, why y'all babying his ass? Why the fuck you babying him and coddle his ass? AB, answer the goddamn question. Why are you coddling his ass? AB. If he's a grown man, why y'all call him when his mama died? Y'all should have told him stop doing a live stream when she's dead in the next room. Oh, you didn't know about that, huh? The woman died in the next room. He want to do a live stream. If y'all was for your brothers, like y'all claim y'all be, y'all told Edward, hey, bro, cut the live stream down. Come back tomorrow. And grieve. Y'all didn't do that shit. That's why I said you niggas got to go. Don't talk to me about you for the brothers. You want to help black men out, and then you got a black man who mama died in the next room. He over there crying, and he on a live stream and shit. Y'all didn't tell none of y'all tell him, hey, Edward, cut that screen off, dude. Hey, cut down the live stream, bro. Shut it down. Because you care. Because Because nigga, you were talking shit about me when BJ blocked me on his channel. You still was talking shit about me. Nigga, don't you tell me about controlling my emotions. I am very in control of my emotions. Jackass. I'm in very control. I'm tired of niggas saying dumb shit. I'm tired of niggas saying some low IQ bullshit around me. Where are some smart niggas at? Where's some smart black men at? No, none of you niggas told Edward to cut the live stream down. Y'all allowed him to talk for 2 hours while that woman's over there dead. Now sit down and be quiet. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. I see you.
Hey, good morning, Big J. Good morning, Angelique. I'm sorry, Angelica.
It's all
Angelica.
right. Just call me Jelly. It might be easier.
No, I can remember Angelica. I just read it wrong.
Okay.
Girl, you on one. You on one this morning. I totally agree with you. And I just got 2 points that I want to drop down because I like the vibe of what y'all saying, and I don't want to
Girl,
like
don't leave me
disturb that. I
up
want to hear.
for
I want to
arguing.
continue to hear.
They gonna
Huh?
fight, girl. Don't. I said, don't leave me up here. They about to start fighting. But go
No,
ahead.
no. I want to hear what y'all are flowing. I want to hear what y'all have to say. I just had to say two things real quick, and then I'm gonna drop down. Oh. Oh, well, maybe I'll just sit and quietly listen since they're going to argue because I knew that's what's going to happen. Let me make it real fast. The one thing I wanted to say is this. I understand, just from my experiences, my perspective, that a lot of these guys online, they created a cesspool. They're the outliers, they're the weird ones. I think water seeks its own level, and I'm not saying black men or men in the real world. I'm sure there's some, but the online space is attractive to these powerless bastards. Okay, they gather together, they find each other. So that doesn't, in my opinion, reflect the real world. I meet a lot of amazing black men, men in general. I ain't seeing that shit out here, not yet. Not yet. And then the second thing I wanted to say is that we got a lot of incels and femcells in this world. And I think it's a way more. That's what I'm starting to realize than we
It is.
thought.
It
It's a
is.
lot. It's a lot of
I
them out
agree.
here. Not all of them are angry. Not all of them are acting up, but they exist. These toxic ones come online. They come online and they let that shit be known. Them the ones we gotta watch. And the reason why I said the stuff about homosexuals, the reason why I said that, I'm not trying to, bash or nothing like that. But if you look for a fact, you will see that the people leading the gender war, the people commenting and wanting to say the most and do the most online, at least, most of them are non-heterosexual. They throwing salt in the game for heterosexuality. Myron
Whatever.
Gaines shouldn't have nothing to say. It's true. Myron Gaines shouldn't have nothing to say about women because he's competing for dick with women. You understand? He's competing
I
for
mean,
dick.
yeah, he
Men who
definitely
are
still needs
competing
to
for
prove the
dick do
allegations.
not
I
have
don't
any space.
Y'all can have
Ain't no
my
allegations. You ain't seen them pictures? Them kissing the white man in the bed with the white man. They got receipts out here. This ain't no lies and made up stuff. Then you got, I'm not gonna say his name, but we're gonna call him Dr. Seuss. He got uncovered recently. He competing with women for dick. These are your experts. These are your experts.
Byron
Then you
Gaines
got,
expert. Yeah, right.
honey, he's kissing a white man. Have you kissed a white man? Have you been in the bed with a white man? Have you?
No, no.
Okay, then. He has. There's pictures. Now, if you don't want
I
to see
never
it,
liked fresh and
if
fit.
you don't want to see that
So
he's in the
what I
bed
think,
with a
I
white
never
man,
liked fresh and fit. So what?
I
so
don't
I
give a
think,
damn. I'm
May,
talking. Let me just say this real quick, and I'm gonna drop down. I'm telling you that the people who got the most to say, the most hate, the most misogyny, are non-heterosexual men. That's what I'm
How would
telling
you
you.
know?
That's a fact.
How would you
A
know?
lot of these guys out here call themselves leading other men. They want to put the dick in the other man. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna just listen.
Whatever. Anyway, if you have such a problem with Ed, why don't you say it to his face instead? Why are you talking to
I'm
me?
not. I'm talking to you because you came over here with the bullshit. You telling something that's like a personal problem. Then who's having a personal problem?
I don't have a personal problem.
No,
I'm trying to
nigga.
figure out where
No,
all
no.
this energy is coming from.
Comprehend. You can't comprehend. Let's go
Can't
back to
comprehend
what
what?
you said. No. We're gonna show what you said.
Okay.
See a lot of you niggas online can't comprehend. Because you said something. Hold on. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it? I hope nobody deleted your comment. Please do not delete his comment. Because AB, you said something that sounds like a personal problem. You said it in the chat room, right?
Yeah,
So
I was referring to her commentary. If you keep running into dudes that act a certain way, that's a personal problem.
Oh,
Well, who
okay.
said that?
I'm glad. Wait, hold on. I'm glad
I
though
was
you say
actually
that, right?
making a case for men. I wasn't talking
Okay.
about my personal experience.
Okay.
Right. So how you get that when she talking about men and she talking about in the position of men? So how can you say that was her personal problem when she talking about in the case of men?
Okay. Okay, I come in on a conversation. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what point you came in, but I was actually trying to make an appeal for men to like kind of dig into themselves and like do some more self-discovery.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's nothing
So
wrong with that.
that was my overall point. But
Yeah,
you know, if
there's
you weren't
nothing
here
wrong
for
with
it,
that.
that's fine.
AB, are you one of those people that shows up anytime to defend misogyny? Are you one of them people?
Misogyny.
I said, are you one of them people who always shows up to defend misogyny?
No, but
What did you come here to defend? What did you come to defend? Just say that.
I didn't
What did you
come
come to
here to
defend?
defend anything.
Mm,
Then
okay.
what is your purpose then? Hitting the link.
Well, my purpose is you doing all that yelling. You must need to get something off your chest, bro.
No, you need to tell why do I need to get some off my chest? Because I'm not over here to shame, blame, and explain. That's what you do.
Okay, if you're not here to shame, blame, and explain, how come half of your streams are shame, blame, and explain?
Do you know what SBE means?
Yeah, shame, blame, and explain. Something you do often.
What does SBE contains?
Shame, blame, and explain. Something you do often.
Okay. SBE means when men come online in the position trying to argue from the position of weakness against women that they don't even know.
How are we arguing from position of weakness?
Well, the Monahan report, the reason why black men can't get ahead because the Monahan report, black women have more power than black men since 1752. Now, I'm actually quoting your boy B. Jess, because he said that. He said since 1752, black women got more power than black men.
What else is
in the
new?
time
I'm sorry,
of slavery?
1752's while
It goes
we
back.
Yes.
Yeah, let me elaborate.
Yes,
It goes
that's
back to the
direct
slave
quote.
farms. If it goes back to the slave farms, the white man put the black women in control to keep the slaves in line.
But okay, go ahead. Y'all go ahead. This is a man
So
conversation.
I would like to add that when you ask, how could you even ask that question? What is a position of weakness? Is it not obvious to you that your leader, that BGS, and so many other guys like y'all that are lost, does it not
How are we
dawn
lost?
on you? Hold on, I'm gonna tell you how you lost. I'm gonna tell you how you lost. The reason why y'all are lost is because you guys are the gynocracy. You, all of y'all. This. Let me tell you. Let me finish. I'm gonna tell you, and then you can say something. You guys are the gynocracy, and BGS is the architect of the gynocracy. Y'all create this bullshit. Okay, it's not real. Y'all make it because it's an excuse. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be quiet. Y'all use the gynocracy as an excuse for you guys not measuring up to the mantle of manhood. Y'all got 10,000 excuses you weave together to make yourself feel better about not being what you're supposed to be. Don't none of y'all go fight the white man who you claim took all your power. Y'all don't worry about the white man. That's why you are in a position of weakness, because you do not challenge the motherfucker that you say is responsible for your oppression. That's why you in a position of weakness. Okay? You're running from your enemy, number one. And number two, my final thought, let me finish, brother. My final thought, is the reason why y'all are operating from a position of weakness. 95% of your conversation is woman centered. Y'all define yourselves. Y'all define yourselves by what the woman is doing or not. You see, you don't want me to talk. When I get to telling truth, they start interrupting. You define yourself by what a woman is doing and what a woman is not doing. Your whole world is centered around a goddamn woman. Sir, we are not the center of your universe. All your problems will be solved if you let yourself be the center of your universe. Do you understand? That's a position of weakness. I'm done. Go ahead.
Did you even watch my last stream? We
I
barely
don't watch
talked.
none of y'all manosphere because y'all are confused.
Oh, we
I
are.
I don't
Did you
watch
even watch
watch
my
a live
last
stream.
stream? I
I don't
guarantee you
watch
we
a
didn't
live
spend
stream.
90% talking about y'all. It was not 90%, not even close.
We don't watch. I don't watch a live.
Why are women in the center of your universe? Why do y'all worry and obsess? Why? Why?
You
Why?
know, women are the are
Why is
you
bringing women up all that y'all
because
worry
they're the
about? You worship women. Y'all worship women
how do we worship women?
because you make a woman your biggest problem, your biggest concern. All your issues revolve around women. That's weak as fuck. Do you know that?
They
That's
do.
weak. That's weak. Based on the way y'all
So
talk,
all my problems are revolved around women.
somebody pull up BGS's channel. Pull that up if y'all could. Y'all ain't even you ain't got to put it on the screen. Anybody who's listening, go look at BGS's channel. That's his leader.
Okay, whatever.
And when you look, scroll through it, all he's talking about black women lost their jobs, black women this, black women that, black women, black women, black women. Black women are your God, the center of your world. That's why you weak. No woman should be
No,
the center of a man's world. Y'all
no.
are weak. Y'all are weak as fuck. Weak.
Is that supposed to intimidate me?
No, I'm telling you to see yourself, brother.
No, I'm
Y'all worship women. You do you hear me? You worship
No,
women.
based on what facts?
I just told you. That's what your content is about. You're
Facts.
obsessed about what women are doing.
It up. That's not facts.
That's
It's
a
not.
fact.
That's
That's a
not facts.
fact. That's all y'all do.
You just
Y'all
made that
sit for
shit up.
hours a day programming yourself around what women are doing, complaining about women. That's a fact. Am I lying, anybody?
wait, hold on,
Angelica, am I lying?
hold on,
Okay.
hold on.
All right, I'm quiet. Go ahead.
Before this becomes before unlike BGS, I'm gonna show BGS a channel. I'm gonna show you all the facts here.
Okay.
Let's look at the facts. Coldest winter black women lose 300K jobs since Trump. Uh, a brand new panda bear. They're talking about what's his
Unfortunately, that's
name?
true.
Kyle. This Kyle guy. Okay. Uh, another toxic black feminist. How feminism altered science and education. Uh, black women marriage versus fuck around find out, or whatever it's called. The black woman marriage myth. Reese versus Clark fallout. Let me see. Here's another one.
Yeah,
This one
I
about
don't
black
have
women. This
this
one
kind
about
of
black women.
time. This is crazy.
Obsessed with black
Right.
women.
Oh,
They are
and
the
here's
democracy.
Wait, is this guy this AB guy's channel?
No.
Sir, this is
That's
your
his
no,
leader. His
no.
leader.
Yeah, but AB be on these panels. That's why I'm talking about it.
Oh, so you're
Okay.
on these
Oh,
panels with this
the
guy.
paid the side cats. Right. The
Wow.
price of a coffee girl.
The
Passport
price? What the
girls
fuck is
dating in
that supposed to
Panama.
mean? Are y'all prostituting women too?
No.
Angelica, all of this is female focused,
Oh my
complaining incel content. That's what this is.
Mr. AB,
Misogyny.
have you ever read, I think it's Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. Have you read that?
No, I have not.
I think you and this BGS guy should read it. I do.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of dudes that will say like in the stoicism space, like they try to use it and actually weaponize it, but I think it's a really good tool for men. because it talks about moving men away from kind of like worldly issues and kind of defining oneself based on like your own personal maxims, right? And trying to cultivate whatever those maxims are. Really good old school Grecian book. You know, there's a little bit of misogyny in there, so it might check some of y'all's boxes or whatever. But I think overall,
I
it's a
might
good
check it
read.
out later.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, it's the meditations. You'll find it. It'll fuck up your algorithm, but find it, read it, send it to this BGS guy. Yeah, it might be helpful.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, y'all. I'm not
Hey,
going to be
Femi.
up here. Hey,
You said
I
that like
just want to
20
ask
minutes ago,
him.
but okay.
Nah, Femi, stay a while. Stay a while. Go
Oh,
ahead.
Oh, sorry.
I
I'm
can't
sorry,
stay
wrong
a
person.
while,
My
but
bad.
I want to ask him. May just asked you some very direct questions, and then your comeback was, "Did you watch my video yesterday?" Because you didn't want to answer her. So she said a lot of
I
stuff,
don't
and I don't
focus
want
on
it to
women
be.
like that.
Hold
That's
on. I don't want
okay.
because I want you to answer what she said. Y'all, soon as y'all get up here with a
Ask
woman
the
and she
question
tell y'all,
again, then.
you can't stop talking. I only been up here 5 seconds. You can't control yourself, like you just told Big J. You can't control yourself.
Oh, you just trying to move the goalpost.
Can you
Come on.
control your? How am I trying to move the goalpost? You tried to move the goalpost by.
Okay,
Did you
finish
watch
your
my
statement.
video
Finish your
yesterday?
statement.
No, ain't none of us watch your video. She just asked you a whole list of questions, and you did not answer her. So I'm waiting for you to answer her right now.
Repeat the questions.
Man, I guess he forgot what you said. She said, why are y'all obsessed with women? Why? And Big J just pulled this up. Women. Why ain't y'all fighting that white man? That's the question I want to hear answered. Why you keep talking about,
Why do we need
what
to
a
fight the
woman
white
did in
man? We already
slavery
know the white
times?
man
Why
control
ain't y'all
everything.
fighting that white man?
Why aren't you fighting that white man?
I'm not crying about
No.
women every day. I'm not crying. I'm not crying about women in
I'm
slave
not crying
times. So
about
why ain't
women
you
every
fighting
day.
them?
So
So you can't. So like she said, you're weak. You can't answer no question without BGS behind you. You
I'm answering
weak.
your question. I'm not crying about women every day. So
You are
what's the
crying
issue?
about women every day. You're crying. You came in the chat telling her that it sounded like a personal problem because you wanted to
And
attack
we
her. She wasn't
resolved
even
that,
talking about herself.
and if you paid attention, we resolved that.
No. We didn't
Okay.
resolve anything because this is your mindset. If another woman was on a panel, the next time you're going to say the
How do you
same
know what
thing.
my mindset is?
Because you listen to BGS. That's how I know. What are you talking about? Well, I'm very aware of your mindset, even though I've only seen you for about 35 minutes. If you listen to BGS, I'm aware of your mindset. When you come into the chat talking about that's a personal problem, I know your mindset. So I asked you again, why aren't y'all fighting that white man?
Why aren't you fighting them?
So
You see what they listen, Femi. You see what they do? They can't answer questions, so they don't want to confront the truth. This is just a bunch of excuses for failed manhood. That's all it is.
So
That's what it
your
is. They
failure as a
gotta have
man.
an excuse. They got to have an excuse for why they are not fully engaged in society like normal fucking functional men. And this is what they do. They sit there and they weave together 10,000 fucking facts that don't have no relevance to 2025.
Right.
So what can y'all tell me about machine
Hey, Big J,
learning?
could you keep scrolling on the screen for me while I've been
You're not
talking?
here
I
answering this
just want to look
question.
at the
We're asking you
titles.
something very
Right.
specific.
All right.
You want to talk about women in slavery and what they did when we had no control over what we did in slavery.
Well, we didn't
Why
either.
don't y'all come fight that white man in slavery? Why are you still worried about something that happened in slavery? It's
13% of the
2025.
population
What
we
is
get
y'all
slaughtered.
doing about it? So if you're not doing nothing, just tell us nothing. Just tell us nothing. We're weak men. We're not doing anything. We can't do anything but talk about women on the internet because we're sorry. Just say it.
Just say it. Just say it.
Bro.
Why do I need to say it? That we don't just talk about women on the internet?
No, you don't
Yes,
need
you
to say
do.
it. We already know what you are. We already know what you are. You don't got to say it. I knew what you was.
So I have a
when you wrote in
question
the
for
chat,
this.
it sounded like a personal problem. I knew what you was as soon as you wrote that.
Oh, okay.
How do you feel about yourself as a man in society?
Doing the best I can.
What is the best you can? The best you can is to come in the chat and tell a woman is a personal problem when she talk about
She
SA.
explained herself, and I thought it was a good idea. Men do need to improve themselves. So what's the issue?
That's not what you said. I'm glad that you're saying it now. You told her
We just
you
talked
told her
about this.
with somebody she chose, and she said she
explained
wasn't even talking
herself,
about herself.
and that's and I do think men need to improve themselves. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
So where's all the
She
videos
just
on
offered the
BGS's
flip
screen
side,
that
like,
Big J just pulled up about men improving themselves?
oh, okay.
Right.
You just want to argue, okay?
No,
We're on
the
a
fact is
panel. If
this.
that's what you think, Is that what you think? Okay, come on, let's go. Let's argue. Where's our BGS videos? Let's go.
Where's the self-improvement? Where is it? Where's the focus on the self? Where's the magnum opus? Where's the magnum opus? Where's the journey towards the self? Where is that? Where is it?
Why would we show you just gonna complain anyway?
No, I'm asking you, where is
sorry dude? You a sorry dude. There ain't none.
Hey, they were at you too?
Yeah.
This guy?
Say what?
Oh,
wait, Femi, you got added too?
I got added too.
Yeah, y'all be beefing.
I mean, it's just the fact that we've been listening to this stuff for years. And as women, we listen and we got natural hair. We had femininity classes. We did all that. And these niggas is still the same. So I don't have no more niceness for these niggas. I don't have no more. I'm gonna come at them more every time, like they try. Like he tried to come at you, talk about sound like a personal problem. I said, yeah, I'm gonna hit that
girl. I didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about because I'm like in the middle of like literally making an appeal for men for them to do more self-discovery, and then I look over, and then I see that sounds like a personal problem, and I thought maybe he was agreeing with me. That's why I just kind of left it. But when I see,
and I just said I agree with you on that.
Listen.
Okay,
Angelica, the stuff that you were talking about, those type of men that come online with the toxic stuff that you were talking about, they spread misogyny and hate towards women. This guy right here, he's front and center. You got to understand that. He's front and center with it. Okay? He's one of them.
Okay.
They not like us.
Okay.
Right.
They don't want to.
So tough that BGS ain't around. You got 3 women up here, and it seems like you just not. It's like you quiet like a little mouse, and you don't really have nothing to say. You talk about whatever, and did you watch my video? It's like you don't have nothing to say with your own mind. It's like the only thing you can say is talking points.
What is BGS for women though? I just missed that. What does that mean?
BGS was trying to figure out how to sell women the SBE, how to sell women that there's something flawed with them and they need to fix themselves. That's basically what he created that channel for.
So
needless to say, nobody followed that shit, really.
So,
needless to say.
But how, okay, and this is just me just being like, just straight up, like, how is it, like, men have their own experiences with women, right? They have their own challenges, issues, whatever. But how is it if a man cannot walk a moment through a woman's shoes in her life? How can he?
We're not supposed to. We're men.
That's not my argument. Just hold on for a second. Like, how do you put yourself in a position of arbiter to try to explain to women what their faults are if you don't know their lived experience? And this is what this is part of the problem. Like, you can address whatever your personal, anecdotal, my girl left me, my wife took me to divorce court, that bitch actually took half sort of energy, and that's fine. But when you start encroaching on like general populations of women without having an understanding of their lived, like, I'm not here to tell men, like, I think that you guys should spend more time focusing on self, because when I listen, and this is a response to what I hear, it is about women. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear men talk about men. Like, y'all need to stop focusing on women and get your shit together and all. I'm just saying, but the loudest ones of you guys are laser focused
on the loudest one of us.
Because that's all that I see clips of. Because I don't watch.
Why do y'all focus on the worst parts of women? Why would you ask her that?
Hold on, wait a minute. To her point though, we openly we don't understand everything about women, but I could ask you a question. How come y'all assume you understand everything about men?
I don't. Not me personally.
Let me say this real quick. Message, just some basic common sense. Every individual man and every individual woman represents themselves, where they come from, their family, their background, their culture. Okay? So there is no collective. Look at this stupid comment. So what's she saying? Men are not allowed to criticize women no matter how awful they are? You see that? The collectivism. That's part of the gender war. That's stupid. You motherfuckers don't have no individual relationships. That's why you refer to women as a whole class, because you don't have a woman. And a woman, if she want to be with you, let me finish. A woman, if she want to be with you, is your only fucking concern. That one woman. Not all women.
Agreed.
You don't get control over all women. You don't get to decide and rule over all women. That's your problem. This collective shit, that's some incel bullshit. You need to worry about the one woman that want to be bothered with your ass. And that's it. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. Do you
I
have a
never said
woman?
I
Yes or
was
no? Do you have a woman? Yes or no? Yes or
I do
no?
not.
You don't have a woman. You understand that? So you shouldn't be worried about women at all because you don't have one. I'm done.
Oh, was that supposed to hurt my feelings or something?
No, it ain't got nothing to see how immature you is. It don't have nothing to do about your feelings. Who's talking about feelings here? She's being
You
logical, but you
put the
Again,
don't
we
emphasis
have
understand
on
we have
logic.
another
so
we have another guy that pops in, and I say that men can share with us their issues about their experiences with women. I have no problem with that. However, I have a problem with encroaching beyond that. Yes, I do. Like, if you want to tell me about whatever your issues, your gripes are with your experiences with women, that's fucking fine. But when you start pushing on how women should behave because you don't like those experiences, what you're doing is you're taking away the lived experiences of women. Now, like
okay.
again, people come in, they hear what they want to hear. It's all good. Like it doesn't much make me too much of a difference. But I think to the ladies' points, when they say that all you guys do is talk about women, and I'm looking at it because I don't go in these spaces, sir.
Okay. But
That's
let
what
me
it
ask you
looks
a question.
like.
If you don't watch your video, how do you know all we do is talk about women?
When I
If you
see
don't even
I
people
know. I
if you
know.
don't
discuss,
Femi knows. I know. Femi
Why
knows.
he
Big
keep
J
asking
knows.
that question when Big J just pulled the stuff? Why? No, I wouldn't even answer that.
that, but
Big J
that's not
just
even my
pulled. Big
content though.
J just
Hold on, wait
pulled
a
the
minute. That's
stuff
not even
up.
my content though.
So tell us what your content is about. Then tell us.
I have a whole channel.
Tell us. Tell us.
I have a whole
Let's
channel.
go to
Can you
AB's. Let's go to
articulate your
AB's
channel? Can you
channel.
articulate
Let's go
it?
to AB's channel. Let's see. Proof is in the pudding. Let's see. Big J, can you pull up AB's channel? Let's see what he really talking about. We're gonna be neutral here. We're gonna give you a chance to see what you're talking about.
Okay.
We're gonna see.
Even though you can't articulate it to us.
Uh-huh.
Which is sad. That's another failure and weakness. You can't communicate
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. I just wonder. I don't think that you answered any of our questions, yet you keep asking like silly questions. So
Okay.
what have you done for men? What have you said to men that helped improve men all your time on your channel or in your life?
Well, I teach them what I know about programming from time to
I'm
time.
talking about being a man. Like how y'all
Is
want to keep
that
talking about women aren't women and y'all trying to chastise us as women. What have y'all taught men about being men? That's what I'm asking. I'm not talking about programming, chess, nothing like that, fixing cars. I'm talking about what have you taught men about being men?
is that AB Media right there? Is that his channel?
My,
No, no, no. I'm glad. I didn't realize I was muted.
my
'Cause I was
channel's in the
talking.
back
I didn't
chat.
realize I was muted
My
because
channel's in the back
I
chat.
was telling.
I don't care. You can
So
show my. I don't care.
all right, but here's the thing, AB. You can't really say what you just said when you be on the panels. You be on the live streams with BJS. Come on,
So what?
but you every time the topic, everything is about women.
How would you know?
So you be on the panels, ain't you? You be on his panels, right?
Yeah.
Well then, and what do y'all talk about when when you on his panel,
It
AB?
depends. It depends on the day.
Like
No, it don't. No, it
what?
don't. Women,
I
women,
so
women.
so I'm
Well,
I'm
okay.
making my assumption, sir, not to interrupt you, but I'm making my assumption based on the titles, right? And I think we can all agree that based on the titles that the subject matter based on the titles would be in the content, right?
Yeah, but a lot of those aren't panels though. So
It doesn't matter if they're panels. You are present. You got a front seat. You are obsessed. You're worried. You tie all of your relations in life and your success and your failures to women. That's the problem,
really,
sir.
dude.
You don't even have a woman. You don't even have a woman, but you worried about women. Do you see how crazy you look? Do you see how crazy that is? You don't have. That's like me having a dog channel, and I'm covering dogs, and I'm talking about dogs, and I don't know nothing about dogs because I don't have a dog. You don't have something, and you're obsessing about it. Do you not see that? You're weird. You strange. You need to tell. We need to start telling people to their face, I'm judging. You are weird and you are strange. All of y'all. Y'all are dysfunctional men. And y'all are trying to avoid the old folks' home and dying alone. That's what's going on here. Y'all are worried and you taking and transferring your anxiety to misogyny. Worried, obsessed about women. Sir, you are a gynocrat. All of y'all are gynocrats. Y'all worship women.
Let them have
Whoa,
their
whoa, wait. Hold
foolishness.
on. AB.
Yep.
We on your channel right now. Hold on, AB. Now come on. Let them have the bear. Now come
That's a
on.
woman. That's a woman content.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woman. Go ahead. What's the next one, DJ?
That's what I said. Let them have
The
the
next one is let them have the bear. The next one is Coliseum night. It's always Jermaine's fault, even when it isn't. Now
Well, wait, who's
that's
Jermaine?
about women.
That's about women. That's about women.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about women.
Sir, hold on.
What's the
Who's
next one?
Jermaine?
Coliseum night is Mother's Day tomorrow, and he's showing the statue of the infamous statue in New York.
That's about women.
Right, hold on. It's time to pop the balloon.
That's about dating and women.
Yeah. Nobody's coming to save you, black men. SYSBM.
That's about women.
Yeah. The bald headed congresswoman.
That's
About black
bashing women. Bashing women.
black women. Yeah. The black liberal snobs. Well, all what's in the avatar is mostly just black women.
Bashing black women.
Mm-hmm. Doge is here. Trump, you talking about Donald Trump. It's always Jermaine. So even after 39 years.
Jermaine?
Okay, Jermaine is an archetype
for black men.
Yeah.
The beat down black man. The beat down black man. Not the regular black man.
The beat down black man?
Yeah, they beat down. That's their rhetoric. Angelique, let me catch you up. Let me catch you up.
What you got to say?
Let me catch you up, Angelique. One of the things they believe is that they have poor position financially, economically, socially, and politically. And the reason why is because the black woman stole their glory. She's standing in their place and they can't be men until the black woman goes to her fat, fucking, ugly ass, dark skinned black ass down. That's it right there. Stop being a hoe and a baby mama. Okay. That's their perspective.
Sir, that's how you feel about women?
I never said that, but that's okay.
It's Jermaine's fault. It's Jermaine's fault.
Is that how you feel about women?
Some of them, yes. Not all of them.
All of them.
Jesus.
Who is the some of them? What women are you around in your life that you feel this way about, or is it just with?
Wait, does that
BGS
say Black Klansmen?
Yes.
I don't know why he told us this and had us come here. That was silly. To tell us, my content's not about women, but
the wannabe hood rat Jasmine Crockett, sir. Have you done anything civic?
You calling Jasmine Crockett a hood rat?
No, she's a minstrel show, actually. She's a minstrel show, actually.
Big J, can you read these topics? Can you read these topics, Big J? Big J, we can't see them. Can you read these topics?
Sir,
hold on.
Have you participated in anything civic to help your direct community?
I can answer that. No.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and read this. Dusty Panel Talk, the wannabe hood rat Jasmine Crockett.
Fashion.
Okay, yeah. The Black Klansmen with Lewis and Bay. Joy Reid in the California bushfire.
Fashion black women.
You showing a black woman here. Talking about when you put your foot in your mouth. One big
Fashion
Dusty
black
live
women.
stream showing an image of a black woman. Okay, and then there's always Jermaine. Playtime's over. The winner is here. Okay, winner about what, nigga? What is this winner you talking about? Winner for who?
And where's your teachings for black men at? You said that you taught black men something. We can't find it.
Okay.
They teaching misogyny. They teaching misogyny walk. That's all I see.
Why are you making this content? What is it doing for you? First of all, May just asked you, was you single when you single? So I will tell you that this content is keeping you single. Now I'm going to ask you, when she was just talking about Myron, Do you want a man? Is that what you want?
No, and I don't like
So
Myron
why
Gaines.
do you
So
continue? You think a woman gonna want a man that's talking,
I don't
calling
listen to Myron
Jasmine Crockett
Gaines.
a hood rat? What woman would want you? Tell me what woman would want you. None, right? Because you ain't
Oh
got one,
Lord.
right? None. So you
Is
can't
that
figure
supposed
out
to
why
hurt
you
my feelings or
single.
something?
What?
Was that supposed to scare me or hurt my feelings or something?
Why can't you answer a
No, it's
question?
truth.
Is
It's called
your
truth.
brain? You can't answer your question. You can't answer questions without BGS around. I asked you a question. Can you figure out why you don't have a woman? I can't. So I'm asking you: do you want a man? Since you hate women,
I do
do you
not
want a
want a
man,
man.
or
I'm
you
a
just asexual?
heterosexual.
Huh?
I'm a heterosexual. I do not want a
So
man.
why do you keep bashing women? Do you think that's gonna get you a woman? That's a yes or no question. Do you think bashing women is gonna get you a woman? Yes or no?
Probably not.
So why do you keep doing it? If you want a woman, or you don't want a woman, you want a man.
Because
Great.
because at 42 I don't give a shit. Either you like me or you don't.
But nobody's gonna like you. So I'm just gonna let you know that
Okay,
nobody's gonna
fine.
like you. Nobody's gonna like you.
Fine, so be it.
So
AB, AB, I'm a woman in my 40s, and if you were telling me that you had a YouTube channel, and I was thinking about dating you, and I saw this stuff, the anger, the rage, and stuff, I'd be like, oh, this probably gonna be a dangerous guy. He's probably gonna be abusive. He's angry. That's how you're gonna come across to me. I'm just saying.
I gotta ask him a question. Who hurt you?
Oh my
None of your
God.
damn business.
No, tell us who hurt you, because you trying to take it out on all of us, and we ain't do nothing to you. Who hurt you?
I'm not taking out on all of you. What are you
You just
talking
taking out on Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett try to help you out where the black men ain't at in
about?
Congress,
When did
and you
Jasmine
calling her
Crockett try to
ghetto.
help black
So what
people
you
out?
taking it out on her for? Who hurt you?
Jasmine Crockett don't help black people. Come on.
Hey, who hurt you?
None of your business.
So you're hurt and you can't go get therapy from it. You want to lash out on all women. You're not a grown man
Who
that
says
you
I'm
don't go
lashing out
get
on
therapy.
all
You
women?
40 something. You don't
How
have
do
the
you
money
know I
for
don't talk to
therapy,
black women?
huh?
How do you're not in my DMs? How do you know I'm not talking to black women?
Don't matter if you talking to them or not. You
It
don't
seems
like them.
like
You're hateful. You're not gonna have no respect for them. If you talk about Jasmine Crockett, if you
You're
talk
not in
about
my
all these
DMs. You
women,
don't know
you don't
black
have
women
no
like me
respect
or
for
not.
women. You're showing who you are, sir. You're showing who you are.
so.
So if somebody hurts you as a grown man, why are you a grown man making videos like a 13-year-old that had a bad
You
breakup
shouldn't talk
instead of
about
you going to go
Deontay
get
Kyle
some
like that.
therapy?
I mean,
Huh?
don't talk about the Deontay Kyle like that.
I'm
Right.
about to drop because I think that he's slow and I'm wasting my
So how is
energy.
it she's not allowed to talk about Deontay Kyle in any
No,
critical way?
she said you're making videos like a 13-year-old. You're talking about Deontay Kyle like that. She ain't talking to me.
I'm dropping. He's slow. I can't take it no more. I'm gonna explode. Bye, y'all. Thank you for having me up, Big J. He's too dumb for me. I can't.
So okay, so you don't like the grits and eggs guy.
No,
Why
most of
why
it.
don't why don't you like the grits and eggs guy?
No, let's go on and address the big video and stuff about talking about we need to be held accountable for dudes who can't take rejection. I disagree with that.
So
Also, let me
okay.
finish. Let me
Mhm.
finish. Now, I do agree with the point that we shouldn't big up dudes that can't take rejection. And most men don't hang around dudes who can't take rejection because that's going to mess it up for us.
So do you think that there's a difference between responsibility and accountability? Like do you well my question should be, do you understand the difference between responsibility and
Why
accountability?
should we be held accountable for dudes that don't treat women right?
Are again, there's a difference between responsibility and accountability.
Why should we be held accountable for dudes that don't do women right?
That's not what she asked.
Okay,
That's not what she asked.
The
She's
question is
asking. Go ahead.
the question is responsibility is when you yourself did the act and you're doing something to atone for the mistake, right?
yeah,
Accountability is mean acknowledgement that the thing exists and being able to
we had,
empathize,
I
right?
just acknowledged there are dudes like that. So
Well, that's
what's your
why I
point?
asked you, do you understand the difference between responsibility and accountability?
Yeah, I acknowledge there are dudes like that, but I'm not going to take responsibility for 'em.
So, but that I don't think that's what he's at. I think well, at least the clip that I saw, what he's saying is that we have to understand that women engage with this way more often than men understand, right? And we can't assume that just
Okay.
because we come along that they're supposed to behave differently, because that again is not their lived experience,
Why
right?
should we? But why should we? Why should we be punished for what some other dude did?
Where's the punishment?
Why should we get held because some other dude messed up?
Where's the punishment though? Define the punishment.
Okay, why are we getting held because some other dude messed up? That's the punishment. Why are we getting the blues because some other dude messed up?
The blues. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you think that, okay, imagine you own an animal shelter, right?
Okay.
One of your employees keeps beating the dogs. You go to see the dog that gets beat to try to, assess it, make sure that it's okay. And when you go to reach into the cage that it's living in, it flinches. Are you mad with the dog for flinching? Or do you understand that one of your employees used to beat the dog?
So now y'all comparing yourselves to a dog?
I'm asking you a hypothetical. I'm just
That's a
asking you
hell
to
of a
answer.
hypothetical, but okay.
Do you understand it?
Yeah, the dog's been abused, and he doesn't know which way to turn.
Okay,
When you reach in
so
the cage.
right. So do you get mad at the dog for flinching, or do you understand that the dog's been beat?
I
Do you
understand the
have
dog.
empathy for the dog and
I'll
try
ask
to
this
treat
question
it?
again. Why are you comparing yourself to a dog?
So you're really going to walk past that
Hold on, no,
question?
hold on. She,
Are
she,
you
you.
really
I,
going? It
yes, I
doesn't
am going there
matter.
because you brought up the analogy. Why are you comparing yourself to a dog?
She's not.
I'm
She's
giving
not.
you a hypothetical. I'm not emotionally tied to this like you are, sir. I'm not, when I say this, I don't envision myself as a dog. I'm trying to give you a hypothetical that you could understand. Like you're trying to read into my brain and how I feel. I'm just trying to have a conversation with you.
It's called simple comprehension.
Like you're making the mental leap that I'm supposing I'm the dog. I'm not expressing that, you are.
It's called
I'm not expressing that either,
comprehension. AB. Are you comprehending what she's asking?
Yeah,
I'm just asking you to answer the question now that we've gotten to that
yeah,
part.
I understand that the dog feels some kind of way because he can't be messed with. Okay.
Then let's stay there. Okay. Let's just substitute a dog for something else. I don't know, a child or something. Okay.
Okay,
Because
maybe that's more suitable. You're
right.
the head of, your county child protective services, right? One of your clients, which happens to be a child, comes from an abusive home. You go to do an interview. You sit down, you try to shake the little boy or girl's hand, and the kid flinches. Are you mad at the kid, or do you understand that the child
No,
has
of
come
course
from
I'm
an
not mad at
abusive
the
home?
kid. No, of course I'm not mad at the kid, especially he's been abused.
But sir, so okay, the reason why I asked you that is because I was asking you a question based on consistency in your argument. So
Okay.
before you said that why should men have to be punished because of the actions of other men, right? And then so that's why I asked you a different question that should have led you to the same conclusion, that you would still be offended if somebody responded to you in a way, even though you understand there's a history behind it. And that's what that guy from the grits and eggs was making. That's the argument that he was making, that maybe there should be a bit more compassion with men because women's lived experience is something different that you don't understand on an individual basis. And your response to that was that you feel punished for it.
Okay. Well, maybe
You can
they should.
understand it with a
Well,
child,
hold on.
you
Wait a
can
minute.
understand it with a dog, but you can't understand it with a woman.
Okay, if a woman feels like that, maybe she should get help before she starts dating again.
I mean, a lot of the
I
guys.
mean,
I'm gonna
I
make
mean,
it.
look,
I'm just gonna take a
I
stab in the
understand
dark.
where you're coming from. If a woman feels that way, if a woman's been abused and feels that way, maybe she should get some help before she starts dating again. Seriously. Bro,
So,
But
don't
okay,
do
all right.
but
So
it's
let me
not
ask
all. But the
you
issue.
this
Go ahead,
question.
Angelica. Go ahead.
If this man's argument is that women, moreover, deal or encounter men that have issues with rejection, how is her getting therapy going to fix the issue of the men with issues with rejection?
okay. What is it about her that attracts men who have a rejection
What
problem?
that doesn't matter. The issue is with the dudes that have the rejection problem, not with her.
Yeah, they need to go get professional help too.
Right. But what okay, she goes to therapy and then she goes and she says what to the therapist?
Okay, I don't know. It depends on her. It depends on that individual situation. Whatever issue she has, she needs to talk that out with the therapist.
So, okay, I'm gonna pretend I'm this woman, right? Just for sake of the argument. I go
Okay.
into the therapist and I'm like, "Doc, every time I go outside, these guys be rolling up on me and I just be like, "No, thank you. I'm not interested," or "I got a man," whatever
There's
my
nothing wrong
case
with that.
is, and they just freak the fuck out and I need help. I don't know what's going on. You're my therapist. What do you say?
Keep it moving and stay away from those kind of guys.
But but Doc, I can't help it. Like I just go outside. I went to Walmart this one time and I just went in there for a sandwich and I was trying to check out and this guy, he just like kept trying to talk to me and I just said politely, "No, thank you." And he called me a bitch. I was, and told me I was ugly. I need your help.
Uh, Stay away from that guy. I would say stay away from that guy and try to find a man that doesn't act like that.
Most of the guys that I talk to engage with me that way. They don't like
Maybe
if
you need to change your environment
I live in
if
the
you can.
suburbs.
Say you live in the suburbs.
Yeah, I live in the suburbs.
Well, maybe you should look in
Should I go
places
to the
out.
city?
Depends on where you're at. Every city's different.
Okay. Yeah, I live in the
And
suburbs.
don't get me wrong. I do understand some people don't can't move travel like that, but maybe you need to change your environment.
I mean, I live on a golf course. Like my environment, like my home environment is great. It's just
Hmm.
like when I go outside, like I mean, like I just gave you the scenario with the guy at Wawa,
Yeah,
and yeah, I didn't know
if
I
he
didn't
gives
know him
out
from
that kind of
anything.
energy, you don't need. Yeah, I'm not suggesting women should deal with guys like that at all.
Okay, so as a therapist, how do you think that you fix me as a woman if I
Well,
keep engaging this?
I'm not a therapist.
Well, you've played in this scenario. We've played the game. We've
Okay.
played pretend. How do you feel about that? Do you think that it would be productive for me as a woman to seek therapy for men who have issues with rejection?
No, you should just leave those dudes alone. You should, but if you feel like every man does that, yeah, you should get therapy for you, not for them, for you. Let me be clear about that. You shouldn't get therapy because some dude has a problem. That's his problem. Get therapy for you.
I mean, okay, but so earlier when I was trying to, I guess, understand the grits and eggs guy, you responded to me and said that women should get therapy. Why are they always encountering it? So I wanted us to try it out, you know.
Okay, but I openly admit I'm not a therapist. So
Okay. No, I mean, sometimes I like to engage in a conversation, but it's all
okay,
right. I just yeah, I hope that you look into Marcus Aurelius's meditations and pass it along to BGS and come back and let me know how that works out after you read it.
okay.
All right. Well, Big J, I'm gonna go. Um,
All right.
yeah, I gotta make some store runs, and I'm super late for making Sunday breakfast, so I gotta get my shit together.
Yeah. I need to go to bed because I just got off from work. I ain't wasn't planning for this to be a panel this morning. It's supposed to be like an
I'm
hour
sorry, it was my
long.
fault. Yeah, it was
It's
my
supposed to be
fault.
it's supposed to be an hour long, and it's almost 2 hours into this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll send you some
All
money for
right.
a coffee. My
Okay.
bad.
All right.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna go.
was
Bye.
supposed. Yeah. I'm gonna end this, y'all. Y'all just. This is just interesting. Wasn't plan on doing a panel. Wasn't planning on doing a panel. I was just gonna talk about what I saw on Triologic's channel, and yeah. What AB said, there's a whole lot of irony in what he just said, but I'm not going to touch. I allow him and Angelica go back and forth because it was irony after irony. I'm just going, you know what? Let me leave it alone. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm kind of done right now. But anyway, I'll see y'all later. Y'all. Peace. I'm out.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.